What is going on out there, peeps? Okay, there's a couple things I want to show you. Remember, I told you guys we don't want to hear what these guys have to say. We want to see what these guys are doing. That usually gives you some kind of indication as to what's going on with our economy and the directions that we should be heading in as investors, period. Okay? This is a Rothschild. Wait till you see their history. It'll blow your mind. So we're going to get into a couple of things. First things first, if you are considering moving into precious metals, please give our friends over at Money Metals Exchange a consideration. The link is in the description. If you buy more than 100 ounces of precious metals, or $100, not 100 ounces, more than $100 worth of precious metals, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and you will get a free half ounce of silver. If you already got that before, you won't get another one. We have Pimpy's Investment Chat. It's the same name as the YouTube channel. Over here, we talk about investment opportunities, silver, gold, cryptocurrencies, as well as foreign currencies. No politics. Bring that over to here, which is the hidden things in front of your eyes. Over here, we talk about QAnon, current events, NESARA, GESARA, politics, 9/11, false flag events. All those types of things are talked about over here, right? Just be respectful of one another. For those of you who don't have Facebook, I do have Twitter. The link is in the description. Come on over here and join me. All right, so this video is a little bit older. And again, SD Bullion, I like him a lot. But what I want to do is cover something. And I told you that the powers that be, the elite, the people that we despise the most, by the way, have been they've been positioning themselves along with banks in gold now for some time. So there's a central place where they store all their gold. Well, they've been moving it from that location back to their location. And I want you to hear what this James talks about here. And he's going to talk about how billions of gold was securely moved from London to Poland. Listen.
Over the past few months, 8,400 troy-ounce gold bars,
wow,
or more simply put, 100 tons of gold bullion were carefully transported from the Bank of England's vaults in London to Poland. In what should have been a slow news week for precious metals, this Thanksgiving 2019 was anything but. Eastern European Union nations, like Poland, are now going out into the physical gold bullion market and buying large tonnage lots. Poland has just taken almost half delivery of their official gold reserves into deep Polish central bank storage.
See, when they say their reserves, so countries have their reserves located at one place. It's an underground vault. It's very safe and secure. So Poland has taken half of their reserves out of this storage. A little more research, you'll find out they're not the only country. As a matter of fact, central banks everywhere are loading up on gold right now. And there's a reason for it.
And other Eastern European nations are doubling down on their own bold gold delivery rhetoric. Reported this week, former Slovak Premier Robert Fico, who has a shot at returning to power, urged his parliament to compel the Slovak Central Bank into bringing home UK-stored gold reserves as soon as possible. Why? Sometimes your international partners can betray you, Fico said, citing a 1938 pact by France, Britain, Italy, and Germany, allowing Adolf Hitler to annex a chunk of what was then Czechoslovakia. And more recently, the Bank of England's refusal to return Venezuela's gold bullion over political differences. Fico said Brexit and the risk of a global economic crisis put Slovak gold stored in Britain in a dangerous situation. Poland obviously agrees with Slovakian Fico, partially, simply judging by their actions. Now you may be asking yourself, how much does 1 ton of gold bullion weigh, and how much is 1 ton of gold worth?
Yeah.
A ton of gold weighs 32,150.7 troy ounces per ton, and a ton of gold is also valued currently at over 47 million fiat US dollars per ton. Just over 80 of these 400-ounce gold bars that you see make up a ton of gold bullion.
Dang.
Hello, SD.
That's not too shabby at all. So, for those of you who have about $42 million, maybe you might consider going out there and buying a ton of gold, because right now might be the time. I'm going to get into here just a little bit because it talks about an article in which somebody is making a move, and it's a strong bet.
Bull market bailout began.
There you
Turning
go.
back to the derivative gold markets this week, news out of Bloomberg shows that some entity or high net worth investor placed an option bet that will pay off big time if the gold price goes from where many believe it is destined to, while at perhaps a faster pace than many believe currently possible. Headline reads, bold bets that gold could triple to $4,000 trade in New York. Respected gold industry peers and colleagues have speculated the possibilities of this bet range anywhere from wild bullish speculation with a more than 700x payoff if the price is indeed struck in time.
700% payoff. That includes us if you hold gold.
Or perhaps a bullion bank requiring a gold mine to procure this option to keep financing and financial insurance costs in line during a sale. Or others have respectively stated that $4,000 an ounce gold by June of 2021 is way too far out of line for that conservative explanation. Again, the spot gold price is currently just under $1,500 an ounce as we near the next decade, 2020. Possibly someone somewhere has some deep inside knowledge of what may be coming down the financial road.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Either way, what may be to some a gold bug clickbait headline is in reality a $1.75 million bet that could pay off over 1.2 billion fiat US dollars.
Dang. $1.7 million bet that turns into over $1 billion payoff. Yeah, there's a lot of this happening. And when he says, do they have insider information? You know they do. They're already positioning themselves just for this occasion. Here we go. This is a more current article. And we're talking about the Rothschilds. Are the Rothschilds truly leaving gold? The more I've been thinking about the Rothschilds exiting the gold market, I am convinced that we are at a major turning point. Again, you got to understand that these people control the central banks. They have insider information, so we need to watch what they're doing. In the world awash debt and unsustainable fiat currency subject to implosion, the power of gold and preference of the Rothschilds is to gold cannot be easily ignored. Can it be that the Rothschilds, through their involvement in daily London gold trades, are quietly amassing more of the precious metals in their private vaults, while the confidence game of the central bank tries desperately to avoid what Soros called unsustainable fiat currency built on unsustainable debt? It was Rothschild who kept a secret subterranean vault full of gold beneath the house of Rothschilds in Frankfurt in the 1770s. That's how long the Rothschilds have been manipulating this world. This is a picture of the inside of their vault. My personal belief is that the Rothschilds are ducking out prior to the currency fiat collapse so as not to be associated with it. I believe they are instrumental in causing it and have the most to gain. So yeah, they're bugging out. They're getting the hell out. They're getting all their gold and they're hiding it. The Federal Reserve System has attached gold recently. However, the open interest has not declined significantly. Traders have not closed out long positions, but rather absorbed the short selling. In other words, they're trying to make a quick buck, which is a bad turn. You need to start investing long term. The very strong inflation numbers have made it imperative for the Fed to maintain an appearance that gold's price is under control in the U.S. In other words, they're manipulating it. It's not under control. Most federal economists believe that the perception of inflation creates a cycle of more inflation as business and consumers attempt to acquire and hoard goods before their price increases. That's us. I told you, we're way ahead of the curve. Congratulations. For those of you who are still trying to get into this, don't wait. Keep going. It's not too late. This makes controlling perception the number one priority. What better way to cap the gold price? The Rothschilds do not walk away from 261 years of history and domination of the gold market for no reason. Their official statement is absurd. There are 261 years of controlling the gold market. Supposedly, they're walking away. That means something big is happening out there. We're just not sure what it is. As you're aware, the London bullion market which they chaired prior to the announcement, is the largest physical gold market in the world, exchanging 42 million ounces a day. That's $168 billion a day. They receive a percentage of every single transaction. Major changes are at the hand of the GATA is at the forefront. Another expert from Friday's Midas via the Rothschilds. Rothschilds exit gold business. Makes me wonder if the bears will soon exit the diamond business and GM quit the making of cars. With the slippery Rothschilds, it's almost a safe bet that they're doing precisely the opposite of what they're saying they're doing. Didn't I say? I told you that. Don't pay attention to what they say. Pay attention to what they do. They're going to tell you that they're moving out of the gold market, but you're damn skippy. They're doing quite the opposite. Like the time they spread the rumor that the Wellington had lost the battle when they knew they had won, so that they could swoop up and buy up plunging stocks. Do you see what they do? That's how conniving they are. So the Rothschilds want the world to believe that they're leaving the gold market. We know damn well they're not. They're out there buying up a ton. Banks, central banks, powerful people like the Rothschilds have been making a move on gold now for the better part of a year. They know something is coming up. So when you see them do this, let's watch what they do. That's just how we learn. Watch what they do, not what they say. And right now, all of these people are moving into gold and silver. There was another huge run on the comics for silver. I think silver is going to be pretty scarce if you ask me about that. So the best thing you could do is store up on silver. I keep telling you that. That's the right move. So don't be impatient. Just hang tight. It's going to come around. It's almost time. I keep sharing this information with you so you can see what I'm talking about. Watch what they do, not what they say. My subscribers are way ahead of the curve. All right, you guys? Anyways, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it, and I'll catch you later.